Instagram. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on out there? I'd like to welcome you to the we'd like to welcome y'all to the fabulous Carolina West. Yeah, we're going live, man. We're gonna talk about my new book, man. We're going live talk about my new book. I'm on here. We're gonna talk about my new book, Inmate To Inspiration. It's a must-have. Pre-orders ready. Go get it. You don't necessarily have to be physically incarcerated inside a prison to learn something from this book. If you can be incarcerated, you can be an inmate to a relationship, you can be an inmate to a job, to a certain thought, and that's what this book talks about. This book gives you my story. It gives you how I overcame every adversity that I've been through, and I got in the back part towards the end of the book, because I know how important reentry is. I ain't even want to leave the book without some reentry tips and reentry education. So I got what I call important side note, reentry. And I give you 10, I break down some statistics, then I give you 10 keys for reentry, preparing those for reentry. So I'm not, I'm giving up some knowledge and some game in this book, man, and it's life or death. End of the day, it's life and death for some people. What I went through for this book and the stories that I'm putting in this book is life or death as well for me personally. Inmate To Inspiration, how I freed myself from self-destruction. That's what it's about. How I freed myself from self-destruction. And I went through a process with this book. You can go pre-order the book right now. Yeah, you can pre-order the book right now. Right now, go to my website. I'm telling you, go to my website. You can pre-order the book. I thank you for the people that have already put their order in. I really appreciate the people that already got their pre-orders. They already. I'm telling you, man, it's not a game, man. This is not a game. This is life and death. If you've been following me, man, you know my story. This is my story with some game. Some game I had on how I had to overcome a lot of things to get where I'm at, to even be here. I ain't even supposed to be here. I ain't even supposed to be in the position that I'm in right now. So if you on this live and you ain't, go on my page, click the link, pre-order. I'm telling you, it's life or death. You would say, well, man, I ain't even been to prison. You don't have to be to prison. I'm telling you right now, like I talk in this book, you don't have to be physically incarcerated inside of a prison or a jail cell to be an inmate. If something is impacting you negatively, mentally, and taking energy from you, you're an inmate to that situation. You got to get up out of there. But it's something that keeps you stuck. It might be a self-limited belief. You might believe that you're not good enough for it. You might not have no expectations for yourself. You might not value self. So it don't even allow you to get up out that situation. In this book, I talk about challenging your beliefs, prioritizing your values, prioritizing what you value, aligning your values with what you value, then becoming value, becoming an asset. I also talk about raising expectations for self. Got to get this book. Tap in, get this book, man. Pre-orders started today. Shout out to everybody who already tapped in, got their order in and out the way. It's coming. It's coming. Book ain't released yet. We're going to get these pre-orders. This is what it's Inmate To Inspiration. This is my story. It's my story. There's some things that I went through, lessons that I learned. A matter of fact, Inmate To Inspiration. You got to get it. This the back of it tells you, it says this. After doing state and federal prison time, Cordell Sims walked out of them gates with a blueprint that he put together while incarcerated. Inmate To Inspiration is his story, his journey, as he shares with you valuable information that he learned and applied to free himself from his own destruction. not letting the limitations of his background reduce the height of his potential. Cardell outgrew what he was born into. Telling you, man, you got to get it. Pre-orders available today. You got to get it. You see the link on the live. Click on the live. You see the link on the live. Click on it. Click on it. Click on it. Put your weight on it, like Dolan might say. Put your weight on it. You know what I'm saying? Put your weight on it. Go get this book. No doubt. Go get this book. Shout out to my boy Lester. Before the book come out, me and him gonna get together. We're gonna do some webinars, man, because this is important, man. Let me tell you something. My man Lester's doing the Inmate Lives Matter. He got his book, The 5 Stages of Incarceration. Make sure you go check that out. Lester Young, 5 Stages of Incarceration. I mean, so this is like a death for some people. Lester did 20 years. 20. You know what I'm saying? In South Carolina. Yeah, I thought Missouri prison was bad, man. I said, what? South Carolina ain't no joke. You know, so man, this is life or death. His book is life and death. It's gonna save somebody's life. My book, Inmate To Inspiration, gonna save somebody's life. Save somebody's life. I know y'all that's tuned in, as y'all tapped in right now. I know that some of y'all ain't been to prison and say, well, what I'm gonna do with a book that's talking about, you know, prison and going to prison and look, it's bigger than that. You don't have to be physically incarcerated inside of a prison to be an inmate. You could be in a situation that's impacting you negatively, mentally, and taking energy from you. And you just letting it beat you down, whether it's a relationship, a job, a thought process, and you can't find no way out of it because you ain't got no expectations for yourself. You believe a certain way. You living off belief and not faith. You don't have the right value system set up. And so now you find yourself confined to that situation. You're an inmate to it. So it's not just for people in prison. For those of you who got somebody in prison and know somebody in prison, get them this book. Get them this book. I'm telling you, get them this book. I'm telling you, get them this book. Get your pre-orders in. Get your pre-orders in. Again, I appreciate everybody who got their pre-orders in today. You know, today was the first day that the pre-orders happened. People came in and came through. Tell your friends to get it. Tell your friends to get it. Incarceration is a big issue, man. Big issue. Almost 700,000 inmates get released every year. And they dealing with a lot of things. No transportation, no housing, no job skills, no education skills, health issues, mental and physical. You know, they trying their best and they just can't come up. Then we got those right now that's locked up, that's dealing with this COVID. They locked down. They can't really do nothing. Ain't no social distancing inside of a prison. Social distancing inside of a prison. Ain't no such thing as no social distance inside of a prison. Ain't no such thing as no social distance inside of a prison. It just ain't. I'm telling you, ain't no such thing. You know, appreciate it, man. I'm proud of you too, Lester, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm proud of you too, man. You know, for real. You know, what we do, man, is a necessity, not only to those in prison, but like when I go speak to the youth, you know, when I do them no new numbers, I mean no new numbers. I don't want to see them caught up in the system. I don't want to see them with no number. For real. So you can take these same lessons out this book and give them to your sons, give them to your daughters. Start challenging their beliefs. Start prioritizing what they value. Start raising expectations for them. So they ain't got to get caught up in the mindset like I was, that we was growing up in an environment that it was cool to go to prison. Or, you know, it's solidified in your manhood. And man, look, you go to prison, that's whack, man. I'm telling you right now, that's just whack. And we won't want to be sitting up in a cell with a bunch of men around you all day, every day, getting told what to do when you can eat, shower, shave. You know, I don't want to do all of that, man. Lockdowns and all that, man. Come on, no, it ain't where it's at. For real, it ain't where it's at. So I'm telling you, man, this book, get the book. Go put your order in right now. If you're watching it live and you debating on it, getting it or not, quit debating. Click on the link, put your order in. You're gonna get this game. You know how I say now, that's game. You're gonna get this game, man. You're gonna get this game. Somebody who's been through it. You know, you want to hear about some of the stuff that's in. You want me to read something out of it or something? That's what y'all need me to do. You need me to read something out of it, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Let me see what we got. Let's say, I'm gonna read this. I think I read this earlier, but I'm gonna read it again. This is part of the story. Check it out and say, leave your dreams, hopes, and aspirations behind, is what the correctional officer yelled as I entered the Missouri Department of Corrections. That's exactly what I did. I was sent to a level 5 super maximum prison where all I did was play basketball, talk about which rapper had the most money, brag about what my homies was doing on the streets, smoking Black and Milds, and drink coffee. After about my 4th year inside of prison, a Senate bill passed that cut back the percentages on drug cases in Missouri. So my mandatory percentage of time that I had to do was cut in half, and I was up for parole. I was granted an immediate parole hearing, and I remember it like it was yesterday. It had to be the quickest parole hearing in history. I walked in the room, and there sat the 3 people on the parole board panel right across from me. I came prepared with letters and certificates of program completions, but none of that mattered. As soon as I walked in there and sat down, the spokesman said, "Mr. Sims, you are a part of the problem. You got a few more years with us. What do you think about doing an institutional behavior / drug treatment program?" I replied, "I'll take the program," because I knew I'd get out earlier than the release date that they were going to give to me if I went through the treatment program. That was my whole parole hearing right there. No lie. They dismissed me so fast. The guard that told me to go in went to the restroom, came back, saw me standing there, and said, "Go on in, man." I told him I did. He said, "Damn, that was fast." So about 3 weeks later, I ended up getting my release date, which was, just like they said, a few years away. But I ended up getting called to the treatment program a year and a half early, which I completed and ended up getting out a year earlier than I was supposed to. The problem was that I still had the same mindset, maybe even worse, that I had before I even went to prison. You got to get this, man. You got to get this, man. I'm telling you right now, you got to get this. Appreciate it, Ashley. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm talking about, man. Let's go. You got to get it. Yeah, TZ, I see you, boy. I seen your name pop up in the email, man. Yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah, you got to get this. For real, man. That was my parole hearing, man. I had to have the fastest parole hearing when I was in the state ever. Went in there, that's exactly what they told me. "Mr. Sims, you are part of the problem. You got a few more years with us. What you think about doing a institutional behavior and drug treatment program?" That's what they told me, man. That's what they told me. I said, man. Guard was like, "Boy, I ain't never seen nobody go in there that fast." I knew it was all bad then. I came back to my cell. I said, like, "Man, how'd it go?" I said, "You see how fast I came back?" You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Go ahead and get this. Tuning in, man. You got to get this Inmate To Inspiration, man. For real. Get the Inmate To Inspiration. I'm telling you, man. It's not just it's not just about the prison stories. You know, you're gonna learn some stuff in here, man. Like, for real. Challenging your beliefs. Things of that nature. Like, tune in. You know what you want me? Y'all want me read a little bit of something else out of it? Challenging your beliefs. You know, I'll talk about challenging your beliefs. Yeah. For real. Yeah. I grew up in an environment where it was a strong belief that going to prison solidified your manhood, that being incarcerated was cool, and when you came home and raised your street status, along with you gaining a whole new line of respect. Every time someone got out of prison and returned back into the neighborhood, they glorify how much time they did. Yeah, that's what they glorify how much. Man, I just did 5. Yeah, I just did 5. And that ain't cool. Man, I ain't trying to do no time, man. That's why I go and talk to these youth. When I go do my speaking, I tell them no new numbers. I teach them no new numbers, and I challenge their beliefs. I make them prioritize what they value, make them identify what are their values, and then I make them, you got to align this so you can bring some value to the table. And you got to surround yourself with value. You got to surround yourself in anything that ain't got no value. You ain't going to have no value. And the situations that I've been in life where I was out there in an environment that didn't have value, positive value, and I found myself in the penitentiary or in the county jail, period. I mean, just real talk. I found myself in the penitentiary or in the county jail. And everybody that I surrounded myself that was out there with me on the block, we all had the same mission. Every day, we did this every day, all day. For real. We did this every day, all day. That didn't think anything less about it. This is what we expected for our life. You know what I'm saying? That's why I talk about, man, you got to get this book. Pre-orders available. Inmate To Inspiration, man. I'm telling you. This game in there, some stories about my life, but we went through, for real. There's no fabricating to it, man. Just what it is. I stood out on the block all day. I can catch a case, get locked up, come right out the case, on probation, on parole, get right back to it. Same thing. What was causing me to do that? Why would I do that? I know some of y'all say, man, you was tripping. That was insane. You get out of prison for selling drugs, you catch another drug case, you go to county jail, you get out the county jail, you go right back to selling drugs. Yeah, I was tripping. But what was causing that? My mentality, a certain mentality that I had. It was a certain mentality that I had. I had to start challenging that mentality. It was certain things that I value that wasn't good. I value the streets. I value drugs. I value everything that came with that life. And it was putting me in them prisons. It's putting me in them county jails. That's what this book's talking about. I ain't had no expectation. Only expectation I had myself was hit that block. That's the only expectation I had. Every day we on that block. That was life. That was life to us. That was life to me. We was on the block. The only expectation I had, what you gonna do, man? I'm hit that block. So I didn't really have no expectations for myself. And the expectations I had, they wasn't nothing. Them expectations either gonna lead to what they say, you digging up dirt for your own grave, or you throwing rocks at the penitentiary. You doing both. I mean, that's what it was, man. So I'm going live, man, to let y'all know. Pre-order started today. Make sure y'all get it. Inmate To Inspiration. The cover got the jail cell with the light bulb walking. You know what I'm saying? With the light bulb, walking light bulb, and inside the jail, inside the prison. That's what time it is, man. Go get the book. For real. Pre-orders gonna go on for a few weeks. Then the book gonna drop. Because there's gonna be some things I might put with the book. And if you've been to prison, you've been to jail, you out doing right, you go to the same place where the book, you're gonna see the shirt, the Inmate To Inspiration shirt. Get you one. Inmate To Inspiration. You done did that time, you got out, you doing right. You know what I'm saying? You an inspiration to those that's coming home. You're an inspiration to those who grew up in an environment that we grew up in. That's what time it is, man. I'm telling you. This real good. You got to get this book, man. Pre-order it now. It's my life, man. And what I'm teaching there is life and death for somebody out there. Somebody out there that's going to get out of prison. Somebody out there in the streets that don't know how to make that transition and don't know how to change that mentality. I'm telling you, get that book, man. I got my man KLB Street Smart Life on my Instagram. He just said he just got out after 21 years. See what I'm saying, man? This is life or death. After 21 years. Real. I don't think y'all understand how serious this is. Real. And to get out and to get out in this time, in this day of time, I mean, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. Like it's a challenge to fight the long, straight up. It's a challenge to fight the long grind. When you've been so used to getting the quick and the fast grind, it's a challenge and fighting the long grind. It's a challenge to got to sit back and watch things play out and hopefully it's gonna come together. When you know you can go this way and do this and you cool. It's a challenge. But it's life and death, man. You know what I'm saying? I got about 5-6 more months where I'm done with federal probation, right? I was just talking to my little brother the other day on the phone. I was just telling him, like, it's crazy. In 5 months, for the first time since 2000, I ain't been in the county jail or prison or on probation or parole for the first time since 2000. It's 2020. I done gave this system over half my life. I'm 41 years old, going on 42. So I done gave this system over half my life. That's including the juvenile system as well. Come on, man. Like, this is for real, man. It's life or death. How I overcame a lot of stuff. It's in this book, man. And what I use and Inmate To Inspiration, man. Be inspired. Be inspired. I'm inspiring those who's getting out. Letting them know, hey, it ain't easy, but you doing it right. It's well worth it. You ain't got to worry about it. Now, I'm not gonna say the journey's easy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say the journey's easy. I'm not gonna say it's all peaches and cream. What I'm gonna say is, though, it's well worth it. It's well worth it. I'm not gonna say it ain't. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be no challenges. But it's well worth it. That's why you got to have the right attitude. Got to have your vision. You know what I'm saying? You got to educate yourself on what it is you're trying to do. You got to have a hustle. You got to apply this the right way. What's your beliefs? Matter of fact, what you got faith in. I don't do beliefs. Beliefs perhaps what we think is the truth. Faith is what we know to be the truth. If you got a business and you sell the product, I tell you right now, I believe this book can help somebody, probably wouldn't even buy it. But when I know what's in this book gonna help somebody, I know. I don't believe. I know. I don't think. I know. I got faith. I know. Beliefs perhaps what we think is the truth. Faith is what we know to be the truth. Talk about that in the book too. Conversation I had with my homie in the feds that was on the case with me. We was having a conversation with him. Broke it down to him. Like, look, man. I do this out of love to make sure when you get out here, you don't risk it all, and then you end up spending the rest of your life. And I would not want to be locked up right now. I would got COVID hitting prisons. Ain't no such thing as no social distance inside no prison, man. Where you going? Social distance where? Where you social distance to? For real. Where you social? Where you gonna go? You ain't getting no outside. I don't understand that either. At least let them get some outside. See, you got them just confined into them houses, germs and everything else. We can't get no outside, man. For real, man. So I'm telling you right now, man. This is life and death. This book is life and death. Life or death for somebody. If you ain't got nothing to do with prison, ain't never been in prison, I know you know somebody that's locked up. Man, go ahead and pre-order this book, man, and get them this book. You want to send to the prison? I get it sent to the prisons. I get it sent to them in the prison. What I'm telling you, man, it's life or death. It's not a game. Real. You got sons, daughters. Let them get this book. Get them this book. I'm telling you, when I go speak to the children and the youth bills and all that, and I tell my stories and I teach them no new numbers, I'm telling them don't become a new number in the prison system. That's what it is. You can get my book, man. Go to my the links in my bio. Go to the link in my bio on Instagram. Or get the link in my bio. No doubt. So yeah, man, I appreciate all y'all tuning in with me. I appreciate everybody that got their pre-orders today. Today is the first day. I appreciate you all. You know, this thing is for real. You getting out, you just got out, you know, whatever, man. I'm in a community of people that then got out of prison, man. This is what I do. This is our life. You know, so don't never be afraid to reach out and say, hey, man, I'm feeling kind of stuck, man. What do you suggest? You know what I'm saying? Give it the team, and we'll help you figure this out. Because it's life or death. We know this life or death. You know? And like I said, even the book, again, some of you like, man, well, this ain't got nothing to do with me because the book is, look, you don't have to be physically incarcerated. I'm going to say it again. You don't have to be physically incarcerated inside of a prison to be an inmate, man. If something is impacting you negatively, mentally, and take energy from you, whether it's a job, a relationship, a certain thought, or whatever, and it's holding you back, you're an inmate to that. You're an inmate to that as well. So don't get thinking just because you ain't been to prison, you don't need this book. You need this book if you're an inmate. For real. So tap in. On Facebook, click the link in the bio. Click the link on the video. On Instagram, go to my bio. The link is in my bio. Get your pre-orders in, man. You won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. And I know. I don't believe. I don't think. I know. This is going to help. This is going to help. There ain't no long book. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people don't like to read a lot of pages. You got a good solid 100 pages of that work. Telling you, like I said, and I got in the back, I had to put an important side note. I didn't want to finish the book without having to do this. I've got an important side note. I just show you right there. Important side note, free felon reentry education. Where I give, you know what I'm saying, I give 10 keys to preparing prisoners for reentry. So when you get the book and you got somebody that's locked up, or you just get it to them, there's keys in there about preparing themselves for reentry. What they need to do, like find the mentor, things like that. Get their important documentations while they locked up. You know, they need your help. You got somebody that's incarcerated, man, be there for them, man. Don't turn your back on them, man. Best you can do is help them out. For real. That's where the reentry starts. Reentry starts the first day you get locked up. For real. So yeah, man. Appreciate you tuning in to me one more time on Facebook. Click the link that's right above this video. Instagram. Click the link in my bio. Go get your pre-orders in today. Inmate To Inspiration. My story. You know, my story. The back of it says, after doing state and federal prison time, Cordell Sims walked out of them gates with a blueprint that he put together while incarcerated. Inmate To Inspiration is his story, his journey, as he shares with you valuable information that he learned and applied to free himself from his own destruction. Not letting the limitations of his background reduce the height of his potential, Cordell outgrew what he was born into. Inmate To Inspiration. Go get your pre-orders in right now, man. Y'all have a good weekend. Be safe out there. Be great. Appreciate y'all tuning in.